what is going on? I am going to go basically bald for the first time in my life, and while I'm doing it, I'm going to read to you guys about my first ever focus period, which I'm entering as of today, and what that means for me, and what I wrote about that meaning for me, and yeah, pretty crazy. Not crazy, just maybe a little crazy, but who cares? So, February 2023, 28 days, first ever focus period. I don't really know how I'm going to do this, but I guess I'm going to do it in my room because I can sweep it up later. I kind of just want to do the first stripe first. Oh my gosh. You know, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm gonna talk like this because so I look crazy. Oh my gosh. The reason that I'm doing this is because I'm trying to concern myself less with my appearance during this time. Not for the rest of my life, but just during this time so that I can focus on my primary directive. So everything around this focus period is towards just completing the primary directive, right? It's just about working on that, all right? So what is the primary directive, you might ask? Let me just do another stripe real quick. Trying to... Man, I got a big head, bro. I got a big head. Okay, primary directive is manufacture and sell $10,000 more worth of research equipment. So this month, 28 days, I want to sell and manufacture at my company, Riemann. I'm not sure if I should say that. Everybody who works at a company, they don't share the company name in their YouTube, which is weird. So maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. But that's it, right there. I want to manufacture and sell 100,000 in the future for sure. $10,000 more worth of research equipment. So that, what does that require? That requires proper financial documents, customer acquisition channel, some semblance of a product market fit. Right. 10K, you probably don't need much. You can kind of just push and push and push until you reach it, but we'll see. And so, rules. Let's get into them. Buzz cut hair down to 2 millimeters everywhere at the beginning. So, day one, right now, buzz cut hair down to nothing. And we'll see how long it gets. I'm going to quickly lock my door. Okay, rule number 2, cold shower every morning, 5 minutes. So I'm going to do that after my morning bike. I haven't quite arranged these in terms of the order that I would like to do them in. That happens in my to-do list, but I'm going to do that with this list as well. So cold shower every morning, 5 minutes. Not just cold shower, coldest shower. So the coldest shower I can possibly take in my shower. And then warm shower at night, and that's when I use shampoo and soap and that kind of thing. Now, I need to be in my bed, lights out, by 11 p.m., all right? So that means my waking hours are from 7:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., which is about 15 and a half hours for me to do what I need to do in that day, right? And that means I'm up and out of bed, 7:30 a.m., alarm is set for 7:28. I just did that this morning, and I got to bed at 11 p.m. last night. So that was really good. And adjusted for... I'm just reading this off what I wrote here. Adjusted for average time it takes to get me to sleep. this is about 8 hours, right? A little over 8 hours, because it takes me about 15 minutes sometimes to get to bed. I'm pretty good at getting to bed. I like that about myself. And, there's a little bit of time when you're waking up that doesn't really count as full sleep. So, a little over 8 hours every night. And then what I'm about to do right now, after I finish this, I've already done my morning routine, but 10-mile fasted bike every morning. So that means the only thing that I've eaten this morning is 2 raw eggs, and I'm going to do that every morning. And that's about a 40-minute, 30-minute bike if you're on flat ground, and then like an hour if you go uphill. 10-mile fasted bike every morning. And I'm not doing it too fast, obviously, with those numbers. I'm not trying to like Lance Armstrong this shit, but it's just basically about getting moving, and 10's a nice number, Base 10. Whoa. Starting to look a little bit more finished. Okay. So, 10-mile fasted bike. After the fasted bike, which isn't really fasted because of the eggs, but 10 milligrams of caffeine. 100 milligrams of caffeine, 5 grams of creatine every morning. And so 100 milligrams of caffeine is about 1/2 of my 200. It's exactly 1/2 of my 200 milligram pills. And then the 2 raw eggs every morning. And then I'm going to meal prep, and I am meal prepping about 2,000 calories every day. And so those meals will be they'll all be whole foods, right? So my staples are going to be white fish, salmon, chicken, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, and then those are like the main ones. And there's avocado oil and olive oil, flaxseed oil, and for fats, and obviously salt, pepper, and there's going to be lots of other foods in there too. I'm not limiting myself. And then all the greens, right? Broccoli, spinach, kale, collard greens, all those. And so it's going to be about 30% energy from complex carbs, 40% energy from protein, and 30% energy from good fats. That's the split that I'm trying out. Now, no processed sugar at all, no fizzy drinks, so that even means sparkling water, none of that, or anything. The only drink that I drink is water. So also no milk, no juice, no smoothies, no nothing. All right, it's just the only drink that I drink is water. Now, no drugs besides caffeine and creatine, like stated before. So that means, specifically, right, the ones that I have taken: no DMT, no alcohol, no THC, no mushrooms, no Adderall, no Vyvanse, no Dex. None of that. It's just not there. I'm not saying that those drugs are necessarily bad. In fact, some of them have really changed my life. Alcohol and THC are definitely the worst two on that list, in my opinion. I mean, I guess some of the other ones could have a more negative impact on your life in the long term if you don't use them properly, but alcohol and THC, if you want to complete goals, do not take alcohol and THC. I'm trying to see the best way to do this. How does that sound? It's making a really All right. A couple more. Where were we before? No drugs. Okay, yes. Dress clean, effective, and not frivolous. All right? So, I'm going for a bike ride, and, I'm dressed for a bike ride. I even have long underpants on. The other thing, I'm definitely going to lose some weight during this time, so my face isn't going to look quite so like a round blob. So, yeah, dress clean, effective, not frivolous. So not super tight clothing, not, super frivolous clothing. Every day work for 8 real hours on the primary directive, right? So some people might say, why aren't you doing 16, right? No. 8 real hours for me is so much work. Like when I say real hours, I'm starting a timer on my phone, and you can see it right there. 7:59:59. 8 hours every day. When I do work, I start it. When I stop working, I stop it. And that's how you get a good 8 hours done, right? Anything longer than a couple minutes of, sitting there thinking, sometimes that's work, but that's not going in the logbook. Oh, it feels so weird. Wow. Look at that. Insane. Okay. So every day work 8 real hours. Light weight training before bed. So that's 30 minutes. Push, pull, legs, core, rest, split. Just not to tire myself out, not to build muscle, just for the health. Right? Keep the muscle strong. Keep the bones strong. Keep the joints strong. 10 minutes flexibility training every day. And during this time, I'm going to do my Bible reading. So I'm not a religious person, but my aunt, Rachel Day, love her, she challenged me to actually read the Bible. And, there's a lot of people who do believe in the teachings that are written down in the Bible. And so I am not smart enough to say that I know better than all of them. And so I'm reading it. And it's relatively interesting. It's a little boring in some parts. There's a lot of names. And I'm trying not to get myself too bogged down about trying to remember them all. But yeah, so 10-minute flexibility training, and during that time I'm going to do my Bible reading while I'm stretching, like work on the splits and stuff. No masturbation ever. So under any circumstances, no porn ever. I've already been working on that one, but no masturbation's a new one. I don't think masturbation's a bad thing. Absolutely not. But it's another thing that I can put my time into even without porn. It's another thing that I can put my time into when I'm supposed to be working towards my primary directive. So yeah. And 4 hours of social exposure every day, approximately. It's probably going to be a little bit less than that, honestly, but these are guidelines. So that's family, friends, walks, girls, all that stuff, right? And this is a big one. I want to be confident in all scenarios. This is something that I'm working on, just irrespective of this focus period. Confidence in all scenarios does not mean that you're, posturing as having some ability that you don't really have. Confidence doesn't mean, having a fake understanding, right? Confidence is about knowing that you know what you know, right? It's pretty circular, but it's obvious. You know what you know, and in a circumstance that, requires you to do something, you trust yourself to act in the best way that you can, right? And so there's no point in worrying and, having anxiety about what's going to happen. You should definitely prepare, right? That's not to say you shouldn't be fearful of not being, well prepared. You shouldn't walk into things without prepping, and you should still continue to work and grow on yourself. But confidence can be being quiet and letting someone else talk and listening to them, and really not trying to be the one that's in control, right? The only thing that you need to be in control of is yourself, right? And the rest of it can happen. So, and then my average is probably going to be sex every other day with a girl that I'm comfortable around and can relax around. So I have a girl like this right now, but she's headed back off to university soon. So I'll, figure something else out, but I'm not too worried about that. So that's 28 days. I'm expecting, I think, because it's definitely good. Having physical touch. Also, prostate cancer. That's a little joke for. I mean, technically, yeah. If you don't nut, you can get more prostate cancer. But yeah. Okay. Cool. So, sex every other day minimum. There are no weekends. Every day is the same in terms of what is generally expected. So, Sunday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It didn't used to be like that. There are no rules. It doesn't say that the weekends have to be something different than the weekdays. I'm just going to go to bed at 11, wake up at 7:30, and do 8 hours of work every day, and go for a 10-mile bike ride, right? All these things are every day, right? There's no difference. Except for maybe, push, pull, legs, core, rest. So that fourth day after legs and core is rest, but that's just for physical, like lifting. I'm still going to bike 10 miles. Okay. There are no weekends. 30 minutes or more of sun per day. Sun, in my mind, is essential. It's really, I notice in myself, differences in mood, vitamin D, calcium, all this stuff, hormones, neurotransmitters. Get fucking sun if you can't. Try to figure that out. No music. This is a big one and a bit of a weird one, but no music at all. I don't want any songs stuck in my head. I want to just focus. And I'm going to be going on bike rides a lot for lots of hours, and I'm going to be going on walks. And if friends put it on, totally fine. And I'm not going to say, can you turn this off, right? No. I'm going to listen, and I'm probably going to jam to it because I haven't heard music in a while, so it's going to be like a lot of dopamine. And Beat Saber is also okay. That's for music, just because I love it's fun. It's fun. And I'm not addicted to it, which is nice. So... And brown noise on Spotify for working is okay too. So if you guys ever use brown noise for working, sometimes I use lo-fi, but that's not okay. So brown noise is okay, but no music at all, right? No Snapchat at all. Been working on that one. I was off it for a while. I was back on for a while. It's gone now. No YouTube Shorts. Just no YouTube Shorts. There's almost never a reason for YouTube Shorts. I might watch one or two by accident in my, No YouTube Shorts. No non-educational YouTube videos at all. So YouTube is used for learning about things that are related to my primary directive. But the exception is just because I don't want to go cold turkey because I'm worried that that's gonna be the thing that breaks me. Because once I break on that, I'm gonna break on some other things. So 40 minutes of allowed intermediate YouTube content consuming. So that means interesting videos, right? Like people building planes or Peter Streeple or William Osman, 40 minutes per day of videos like that. And then also, funny motivational videos, movie clips that make me cry, all that stuff. That's allowed. All right, 1 hour of cooking and cleaning every day. So whatever's needed. I need to meal prep for the next day. And yeah. And a note that I made is there's a lot of rules, but the point is not the rules. The point is the primary directive, right? The point is to manufacture and sell $10,000 more worth of research equipment at my company, Riemann. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Riemann will sell $10,000 of research materials this month. Research equipment. So, schedule to break down a little bit. This is the last little thing. 8.5 hours in bed, right? So, 11 to 7:30. 8 hours working. Eat while working, right? So I can eat my food while I'm working. I usually don't do that. I usually eat while I'm watching YouTube or something. 1.5 hours working out or moving, right? So that's about 40 minutes of biking, and then 40-ish, a little bit more of weight training. 1 hour cooking, cleaning, 4 hours social meditating, and then the last hour is in between planning. And those things can also overlap as well. So this isn't like a super strict schedule. Those are just the breakdowns of approximately where I want to land. So that's that. Hopefully you enjoyed me absolutely cutting my hair for the first time in my life. Kind of insane. I'm going to clean it up in the mirror now and go for a bike ride. 10-mile bike ride, first one. So, have a good one, and yeah, I'll see you around in the next one. Peace.